Picture this: one side of the planet teeming with life, vibrant ecosystems, and clear skies. The other, a wasteland of polluted rivers, choking smokes, and lifeless soil. How did we get here? And most importantly, how do we fix it? From ancient civilization that first exploited nature, to the industrial revolution that changed everything, and now to the looming threat of climate change. Human greed, ignorance, and innovation have shaped our planet. Today, we'll take a journey through the history of environmental issues, uncovering the moments that change our planet's fate and the action we must take to change its course.
Our story begins thousands of years ago when early civilization depended entirely on nature for survival. Ancient Egyptians, Mesopotamians, and Mayans all understood the importance of water, soil, and forests. But even then, humans started leaving their mark on the environment. Overfarming drained the soil, deforestation created deserts, and some entire civilization collapsed because they took too much from nature without giving back. The fall of these ancient empires teaches us a critical lesson. If we exploit the earth beyond its limits, it will push back. But at the time, these were isolated events. The real turning point would come 3 centuries later with the dawn of the industries. Enter the Industrial Revolution, a period of incredible innovation but also unprecedented destruction. Factories ran day and night, burning coal and releasing thick black smoke into the sky. Rivers turned toxic as industry dumped chemicals waste into them. Cities became centers of progress but also of pollution. For the first time in history, human activities began to affect the planet on a global scale. Entire ecosystems were sacrificed for profit, and the seeds of today's environmental crisis were planted. But even in this era of rapid growth, there were voices of concern. Writers like Henry David Thoreau urged people to reconnect with nature. Unfortunately, their warnings were drowned out by the roar of machines. By the mid-20th century, the consequences of unchecked progress were impossible to ignore. In 1962, Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, a groundbreaking book that exposed the danger of pesticides like DDT. Her work sparked a public outcry and became the foundation of modern environmental movement. The 1970s saw massive shifts. The first Earth Day in 1970 brought millions of people together demanding actions. Government responded. The US created the Environmental Protection Agency, and international treaties began to address issues like acidic rain and endangered species. But it wasn't just about laws, it was about awareness. For the first time, people began to see themselves as caretakers of the planet. As the 20th century ended, one crisis loomed larger than the others: climate change. Scientists had been warning about the greenhouse effects since the late 1800s, but it wasn't until the 1980s that the world began to listen. In 1988, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, was formed, and by the 1990s, the global community started taking actions. The Kyoto Protocol set the stage for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and later, the Paris Agreement united nations in the fight against climate change. But as global temperatures rise and extreme weather events become more frequent, the urgency has never been greater. Today, we are at a critical juncture. Renewable energy is on the rise, reforestation efforts are gaining momentum, and young activists are inspiring millions. Yet, challenges remain. Plastics chokes our oceans, fossil fuels dominate the energy production, and the gap between promises and actions grow wider. The history of environmental issues is both a cautionary tale and a beacon of hope. It reminds us of the mistakes we have made, but also the power of the collective actions to drive the change. So what can we do? Start small, but think big. Reduce waste, conserve energy, plant trees, and hold the leaders accountable. Share knowledge, start conversations, and inspire others to act. The future of our planet is not written yet. It is in our hands. The question is not whether we can make a difference. The question is, will we? Together, we can build a future where history remembers us not for the damage we caused, but for the change we created. Act now. Save our planet. Be the change. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what is your thoughts on environmental issues and what change will you make to protect the planet.